And So, Notes on the Bible and Religion. Episode 39, The Psalms as Story. I'll be covering a Sunday school class for a few weeks. I was asked to speak on wisdom literature in the Bible. Traditionally, the books of Proverbs, Job, and Ecclesiastes in the Old Testament and the Epistle of James in the New Testament are considered wisdom literature. Wisdom is the reasoned search for meaning in life despite its vexing problems. It necessarily includes the sharing of any hard-won knowledge with successive generations. Other biblical texts have wisdom themes. I am reminded of the Psalms, a collection of 150 hymns in 5 sections or books, namely Psalm 1 through 41, 42 through 72, 73 through 89, 90 through 106, and 107 through 150. Worship psalms were used in ancient Israel in the temple until it was destroyed in 586 BCE during the Babylonian crisis. 70 years later, the Second Temple, lasting from 516 BCE until 70 CE, would again use such worship songs. If someone were to sample modern music from the last 70 years, many styles would be found, from country to grunge to pop to hip-hop or show tunes. You'll likely be able to find folksy tales, ballads, laments, that is, sad songs, dance tunes, and angst-ridden screeches. In a similar way, there are many types of psalms. Common are praise psalms glorifying God, for example, Psalm 111, and lament psalms, in which a singer calls to God in distress, for example, Psalm 38. There are other types, including so-called royal psalms and a few wisdom psalms. In royal psalms, there's a theme of the king as God's chosen within a royal covenant treaty. Some royal psalms pray for the king's success, for example, the royal wedding song of Psalm 45. In wisdom psalms, a common concern is to defend righteousness as a means for individual and community success. Studies about where specific songs appear in the Book of Psalms have provided some interesting results. We know there's a general movement from lament to praise in the book, and Psalms 45 through 150 are exclusively praise psalms. Royal psalms, however, appear to be placed deliberately at or near the so-called seams of the 5 books, Psalm 2, Psalm 72, Psalm 89, and Psalm 144. And one of the wisdom psalms begins it all, Psalm 1. All this suggests that the collection came together after the Babylonian exile, when Jews could return to their homeland in about 538 BCE. After decades, the devastating Babylonian crisis is over. Hope returns. By Book 5 of the Psalms, we find again some 14 songs of the legendary King David. In his last one, he praises God, Psalm 145, 1 through 2, and 10 through 12. Does this organization tell a story? It seems that it does. A returning people can sing of righteousness and God's actions. The ending is an increase in praise. Here's a fun fact from long ago. A rabbi once sought to rearrange the Psalms in a different order. A heavenly voice commanded, "Do not rouse that which slumbers." And so, the Book of Psalms is not only an ancient hymn book, it is an organized story of songs for a remnant, covenant people of God in this hard world. Something to think about. An element of wisdom is that it shows a way to be successful in life despite hardships. Psalm 91 identifies several potential hardships in life. It is a song about the deliverance offered to those who trust and hold fast to God in love. How might you share with the next generation any success in life that trusting in God has brought to you or others? Print and ebook editions of And So, Notes on the Bible and Religion are available on Amazon. More information on my work may be found at jasoncdikehouse.com.